today's video, we're going to be checking out Disconnect Rust, the external brought to you by Noble Cheats. We're going to be doing a menu showcase, and obviously already we're hopping into it with debug cam. This is one of my favorite things ever, but look at this dope base design. Either way, we're going to go through it, and we're going to go through the menu and show you guys everything that Disconnect has to offer. Again, brought to you by Noble Cheats.
Hard drive loaded up, stubble and coated.
So starting off here in the menu, as you guys can see, we have the menu open right here. We have aimbot visuals, miscellaneous world, and settings. Over in aimbot, we have our aimbot settings. We have it currently set to B. We can turn that on and set that to mouse button 2. We have options for silent aim, and head, chest, stomach, and pelvis will be the hitboxes. Of course, we can enable smoothing and change the smoothing factor to what we want. We also have a target team option and a target wounded. Let's not forget about visibility check, hit chance, and draw FOV. We also have an aim FOV here, as well as a target line, a fire speed, and a fast bullet. The fire speed is going to be accessible on the right side under weapons once enabled. Same with fast bullet. Fast bullet is going to reduce the time it takes for your bullet to hit your target, and fire speed is going to turn your gun into a full auto monster. Under weapons on the right side, we have always automatic instant AOK, legit instant AOK, instant bow, shotgun no spread, thick bullet, and bow thick bullet override. And then of course we have our recoil sliders here, as well as our spread. Moving over to visuals here, we have player enable, show team, team revive icon, show wounded, show sleeper, show dead. We have our name and box option. For name, you can choose top or bottom, and for box, we can do corner or full. We have held item and the distance, as well as the colors for that. And of course, you can change the top, side, bottom, and name for the distance. For skeleton, we have sharp and Bezier curve. So you can see the difference if I zoom out there. Bezier curve is going to add some curvature to the arms and the legs. And if we do sharp, it just makes it a box. We also have a bounding box here, which you can enable and disable. And what this is going to do is properly bound it to the actual entity, which would be the player in this case. And we have team ID as well as chams. Now, if we grab this bar and we scroll down, we have more options here for chams. So we have pink, white through walls, wireframe, red, blue glow, purple, blue transparent, red glow 2, aqua, yellow glow, green transparent, blue transparent 2, green glow, and blue. I'm going to leave them on blue for now, but I'm sorry I couldn't show you it all that much better. You can see it more towards where my camera is. At the end of the day, this is an external, which means to be able to use the menu, I actually do have to have my inventory or the F1 box. It's just the way it is, unfortunate. Plus, once you set it, you kind of forget it. That's how these cheats kind of work. We have render distance for our ESP. We also have a radar distance visualizer as well as radar. We have the radar radius. We have the radar player size and the radar transparency, as well as player flags. And if you enable this, obviously you'll get more options. You'll have to scroll down: wounded, safe zone, and mounted. Over on the right side, we have our NPC options for ESP, such as name, box, and enable. You can choose what kind of box, the distance, and the chams. For other, we have OOF indicators or out of FOV indicators. We have hand chams and weapon chams with the same cham outline as the players. We also have a text hotbar, show icons. We could turn that on. We have a centered, a background transparency, an icon hotbar, and the max player distance and max NPC distance. Moving over to miscellaneous, we have no fall damage, infinite jump, Spider-Man, fly hack, suicide, debug, omni sprint, shoot while jumping, and the toggle for fly hack. We also have a sky changer for custom stars, custom clouds, the brightness of the clouds, and the custom sky. Over another, we have zoom and FOV changer, as well as time changer, and you can set your time here. We also have a time changer keybind, a bright night, a remove layers, and a battle mode. And remove layers is always fun. If I close the menu there and I hit M, it gives you basically debug cam to see exactly where you should be rating. If I move around here, you'll see everything has pretty much disappeared except for the importance. You can see all the wire work on this base. You can see pretty much everything that was put down by a player or that is like pretty much hard-coded to have loot, which is pretty cool. We also have a battle mode here, and by enabling battle mode, it's going to turn off everything except for player ESP for the most part, just to keep your screen clean. We also have a hitbox override, so you can choose to force head, chest, or foot. We have a fast loot and instant revive and ignore player collision, add friend keybind, and add enemy keybind, as well as an enemy and render alert. When you enable this, basically, as soon as an enemy is able to be picked up by ESP, it's going to give you a warning on your screen letting you know that a player has been rendered. Moving over to world here, we have ore name and ore distance, and then we have all the ores and collectibles here, and you can change the color for all of these. You can also show the name and the distance for collectibles, and then for deployables, you can see the name, the distance, landmine, tool cupboard, workbench. So if I turn on tool cupboard here, we can see that the max is going to be 100, and then we can do our animals and vehicles here. And then in other, we're going to be able to see corpses, world distance, and name. And then, of course, I want to enable traps here, and you'll get all the kinds of traps you can see. So I'm going to do auto turret, and you'll be able to see the auto turret on the right side as well as behind me if I close the menu here. Both my auto turrets are showing. And we also have SAM site and all that kind of stuff. Also hackable crate and dropped weapons. So if I turn on dropped weapon ESP, you'll be able to see when I just dropped the LR300 right in front of me. And if we keep scrolling down, you can see the loot name and what kind of loot you want to filter out, which is pretty cool. Over in settings, we have our accent color for our menu keybind, a watermark, the optimized rendering for restoration, your visuals or text bounds. We have the ESP font, the ESP outline, crosshair. You can disable while aiming for this and to always show it while you're using a bow. You have your crosshair type, which is dot, plus, cross, and CSGO. We have a separate distance placement, and then of course you can do top or bottom. And if we continue to scroll down, we have separate distance color, lock mouse and menu. We have a debug cache, L3 cache, L2 cache, and debug cache samples. On the right, we have an import config, an export, an exit cheat, show the overlay, and then of course for other, we have rainbow colors. So you can do crosshair, clouds, sky, skeleton, box, and oof indicators. We have the rainbow speed, as well as indicators here for fly hack, debug, and the reload bar. And then, of course, you can change the indicator colors and center the indicators. So yeah, the visuals are awesome. You can see out in the distance there, we got NPCs rendering in rock solid over there as they walk around. It's updating quite frequently, which is nice. And then, of course, you can see the SAM turrets working absolutely fine here. We got an M249 in there. You can see the distance. We go here, even with all these lights, the custom colors and greatness. You can see a whole bunch of loot over there that spawned in a crate that I threw out on the server. And then you can see a player down there as well, hiding in a base. Everything seems to be pretty awesome here. There's another player over there by the rock just chilling. And if I go over to player here and scroll down until we have chams, I can disable chams here. And if we close the menu, we can see until they die, it's not going to optimize and change the eyes, but that is just a Rust thing. You can see everything was correct about what they were holding and whatnot. And they are a corpse now. Anyways, guys, that's been Disconnect External. And if you guys are interested in picking up this software or any software like it, make sure to go to the first link in the description of the video. If you guys want to see gameplays and more, make sure to check back on the channel. I'm sure there's more in the works. My name is Tabs, and I'll see you on the next one. Later, bros. Peace.